And you often find if you play that sequence for your cats, they will try to chase the pendulum. And here we're going to get into some major action once Asuka kind of gets out of her
funk.
This was an interesting. Will you talk about directing Tiffany through this sequence?
Tiffany did an amazing job with this because it's a very, very difficult transition to go from completely insane inside your head to absolutely. She goes from completely suicidally depressed to the most confident, almost beautiful character in the movie for just a few moments. And then she kind of gets torn up and dies. But Tiffany did a wonderful job with this. Just the emotion behind it and was beautiful. And it's actually, if you see, when I saw her in the booth, she would actually physicalize the lines. I think that, I have to ask Tiffany, I would imagine that playing this role must have been pretty exhausting. But she definitely did a good job.
Especially this line, "I don't want to die," is repeated. I'm sure somebody has counted it out somewhere, but it's...
I did. I don't remember how many times.
Too many times.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the voice of Asuka's mother was done by Kimberly Yates, who I think did a brilliant job. Now,
you got to freeze frame that sequence right there with the worms on the...
Yeah, there's a one, like, for 2 frames, you see a picture of Asuka's corpse, and it's all maggot-written, and she's in the plug suit. It's really vile.
Yeah, that'll give you some good nightmares.
Oh, yeah. Here she goes. Now she's gonna go kick some butt. Yeah!
This was a big complaint with fans for the TV series. They felt that Asuka got taken out of the picture before we really got to see her go at it, so to speak. Also, remember, this is around the Titanic time, I might add, so this just becomes funnier.
That would make me so happy to think there'd be a little tiny Leonardo DiCaprio in there just getting smushed. I'm never gonna work in Hollywood, am I?
No, you're not.
I'm done.
Leo's fine. His AT field saved him. This is really it's the best we ever get to see an Ava really go at it. They never have ever animated anything with this much action, this much movement.
It's beautifully animated fight sequence. It's
Macross montage right there.
One of my favorites.
She's so happy though.
But that's the thing. She goes from suicidal to she's bipolar. I think
she.
I think that she catches it with her face.
I think Xanax would be good for Asuka.
Little Zoloft, pack.
Not even going to comment on the metaphor right there. That one's
good. Oh, a big old wank in the face.
Yeah.
Together, Mama.
Big old. The arm goes. There's just some things in there that you're just like, oh, this is so sick. This is great. Rewind. Let me see that again. You know?
And we're on battery power. That's another thing I always like. The Avas are, in fact, if you pull the plug, they got 5 minutes, give or take, depending on the plot line. Great way to keep them in this one centralized location. Great way to keep everything tied together. It's just really, especially for the time, you don't really notice it now because there's so many other shows out that are trying to be Evangelion, but nothing like this had really ever been seen before.
Oh, right there, Tiffany said, "Eat this, Arschloch." That was Tiffany's writing, actually, because I just sort of said, what's an obnoxious word in German? And because we'd already said Schweinhund, and so then she came up with Arschloch, which I think is fairly self-explanatory. I don't think I need to translate that. Kids, go ask your parents.
That's what the internet's for.
Exactly.
Once again, our plans were going realized. It seems we'll have to fight fire with fire.
So now, okay, do you guys remember, oh, did you see that Quaro on the side? These things look like, do you guys remember the cartoon characters, the Shmoo?
Shmoo, yes.
From Hanna-Barbera. There's something about the shape of the heads on the Eva series makes me think of a Shmoo.
Makes me think of the Mountain Dew Extreme commercials where a guy sky surfs and catches a Mountain Dew in the middle of it. They've got their little surfboards. And
it looks like the head of a porpoise, too. And I never understood, why they engineered them with these, luscious lips. Do you know what I mean?
It's downright terrifying.
Has dispatched all
they are the most frightening. Ava's in drag with bad lipstick.
Did they plan to study?
Ah!
They've got the whale heads, you know, it's just...
Wellheads, roly-poly wellheads. Wellheads, eat them up, yum.
No, there are 9 of them, if I recall. Is that correct?
Yes.
Of these little.
Yes.
And they're all numbered like like a British spy movie. They've got their little numbers and they're on X way and...
Destroy the rest of the Ava series, huh? Is that any way to talk to someone fresh out of the
So
hospital?
this is Asuka's back. She's all feisty and ready to go kick some butt.
So that's 20 seconds each with time
That
to
was
spare.
fun to do. This is so just violent and vile and graphic and just deliciously disgusting.
Everything I love about Japanese animation.
Absolutely. I love the way she cracks the body in half.
It's like a shrimp. And it drips all over her.
I love this music too.
That's right. There's one more piece. This is one other piece of classical music that they used for the show. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh,
Is it Borspier?
that sounds. Yeah, I believe that's right. That sounds right. I know that's.
I think it's called Music to Slice Up Whales by.
Flight of the Wailing Man.
Captain Ahab's theme.
Love theme from Moby Dick.
There you go.
Truly just unbelievable.
A wonderful, wonderful battle scene. Just the animation is just brilliantly executed.
Greek wrestling.
Little Schwarzenegger move there, you know.
The sense of scale is really remarkable. We will get into the significance of these poor 9 white Avas as soon as we stop getting out of character development and back into occult strangeness.
No, we're ready for that. Go for
But
it.
this is the Bakelite. Is that still Bakelite right there?
That's Bakelite.
That's the Bakelite infusion.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That was Jason doing Eva noises.
Oh, that's right. We had more Phil over here. And now we have the little bits of Ray coming out of the knee.
Really? That's
This
of
is
ring?
the little legs. Yeah.
Ew.
And again, the 7 eyes. Which I will say now that whole 7 eyes of God thing, you can look it up. Zechariah 4:10, Zechariah 3:9, Revelations 5:6. Look it up. It's in the book. No, I don't make this stuff up.
Oh, I trust you.
No. Really old people
More than we
made
should,
it up.
probably, but really old people. Old smart guys made this up.
Yeah, I make the point. I'm not talking about the views of the author. I'm not interested in the views of the author in these films. We're interested in people's views and just kind of a collection of people's observations about this show.
I love this one. It's so mean. Kapow! Aww. That's nasty. You got a headache.
Ah.
Grayscale.
I'm sorry, but when I installed the firewall,
Sue Ulu.
I changed
Sue
the
Ulu,
Magi
brilliant
program
actress.
without telling you.
It was funny. This last convention we went to, somebody told us this was the
A
scene where
loving
someone told us they
daughter's
could
final
read
request.
Gendo's
Mother,
lip sync,
Let's end it together.
and they
Yeah.
knew what he actually said. And that's when Jason said, "It's animated. How can you read the lip sync when all it does is go blah 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 blah?"
It's not working.
I think if anyone really thinks about it, they know what he said.
Caspar
Oh yeah.
And it really doesn't matter because he did lie.
betrayed me.
The truth is,
And it's funny, we on the first proof of this, we were done with this movie and we sent this into to manga, and they thought that we had messed up and left out something
Aye.
because
Liar.
this is just such a where he mouths it and
they're like, "Oh, the sound dropped out." I was like, "No, that was just Ano being obnoxious."
Yeah, what he really said, actually, for everyone who wants to know, is he said, the truth is you do look fat.
in
Those do make your butt look big.
in those pants.
The truth is, I like pudding.
There will be seriousness eventually, I promise.
I cannot be defeated! Not with Mama after me!
Yeah, it's funny. Asuka really is the first one to really figure out what the deal with the Evangelions is, which is odd. She was always kind of the slow one.
Oh yeah, she couldn't even understand that.
She was so self-obsessed, it was more than slow.
They were non-existent, yeah, and then suddenly, I think it was also because it was very much the feeling that she really was the one who knew what she was looking for. as she was looking for her mother's approval. She'd been looking for her mother's energy. Shinji's not quite sure what he's looking for, and Rei, I don't even think Rei's sure she's looking for anything. But Asuka found just what it was that she needed.
Rei, it's sort of this interesting
This has got to hurt, by
life
the way.
of futility. This freaked me out. If you look close, when they show her again in a minute, you can see blood pouring out of her eye. And that's just vile. See? Blood pouring from the eye socket.
That's the first time I saw that before.
That's not very nice, is it?
That's not happy.
And here's Ibuki kind of being the everyman, so to speak.
Now, did you notice that the G... Was it GTAC? Those are actually the letters for genetic code. And they're on the display for the EVA monitoring. I thought that was interesting. It made me wonder if they knew what they were doing when they put it there.
Here's our transvestite Ava's coming back to life here with this big lipstick on.
No, okay, wasn't there one that she completely cut in half?
Well, she broke that one like a shrimp, remember? That.
Yeah, but then there was another one she sliced in half.
He's got the big chunk missing. He was right over there.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Oh, but there was one. It was like she sliced it and the torso went flying and the legs were standing.
I just want to know, why is it that whenever the Evas get free will, the first thing they do is start eating their own? That's a little disturbing.
What's going on?
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. Longilius Lance, I guess this is kind of interesting to note. I don't remember what occult text this was. I want to say Manly P. Hall. I could be wrong on this. I found somewhere some reference to that lance, the Longinus lance, is considered to be a weapon that can actually kill anything. That is a holy relic that will pierce and kill any entity from an angel. It will kill an angel. It'll kill Lucifer himself. It'll kill anything.
Because it has the blood of Christ on it.
Because it is the blood of Christ and can even pierce the soul. It can pierce and gut the soul.
Because
And
it's really sharp.
often used as a masculine equivalent to the Holy Grail, which is the feminine. You've got the spear and the cup, which are often you'll see the two of them go hand in hand. Yes, it's all about sex. I thought we knew that.
We did know that. It's always fun to repeat that.
Spear, cup.
You said spear. Once again, Tiffany did an amazing job with this. Just this sort of pain and insanity and anguish.
The last character I expected to feel this bad for.